Hey guys, as you can see, I have a stuffy nose, so please forgive me if I don't sound too enthusiastic today. But I will do my best. I am here to talk about Fall Out Boy's newest album called Save Rock and Roll. I don't know that much background about the Fall Out Boys. Well, in terms of their personal life, I don't know much about them. I do know their CDs. I've heard every single one of them. I, I own two of them somewhere around my room. I don't know where they are. But let's talk about this new album. Now, a little bit of background on this album. Nobody knew that this was coming out. They came out, I believe it was in February, when they announced that they were back together and they were making some, or they already did all their songs all at once, and they said, "Well, here it is," and that's just like, well, that was quick. So their first song, which was "My Songs Know What You Did in the Dark," came out, and when I first heard it, I had mixed feelings towards it. Like I said, you know what, this is good, but at the same time, even though it has Fall Out Boy's name on it, it doesn't sound like them. And I've been on the record. I like the song, but I think the music video is trash, absolute garbage. Then they released their second single, "The Phoenix," which was much better. I liked that it was high tempo. I enjoyed the lyrics very much, and I thought that Patrick Stump was better than ever with his vocals. So when I heard those two tracks, I was a little bit on the positive side. I was like, I'm gonna give this album a chance. I'm gonna listen to it, and after hearing it from start to finish, I can say it's a good album. Not their best, certainly not their best, but it's a good album. Um, I think it's a step in the right direction for punk music, and then it's a step in the right direction technically for pop music too. Our radios have been plagued with a bunch of bullshit lately on the radio. Sure, you get a good song here or there, but most of the songs are garbage. You know, we can only hear enough Nicki Minaj crap, Will I Am crap, and just a bunch of stupid rap songs that no one cares about anymore. But even though I have to review those anyway, but this was a breath of fresh air for the pop community, I think. Um, Fall Out Boy returns with their unique writing skill. Well, I think in terms of creativity, like in terms of their titles, I think this is kind of mediocre at best. I mean, because their their titles are not creative this time around, which is not a negative complaint. It's just a, you know, they're getting a lot older. I mean, they're not gonna even care about that stuff anymore. They only care about the music. So pretty much, you're thinking, how's the music? Um, it's good. There's a couple of good ones on there. There's this one called. There's this one song called "I Miss Missing You." It's pretty entertaining. It's probably the best track on the album, in my opinion, anyway. There's a couple of good ones. There's one with Big Sean, who I don't really care about, but yeah, he's okay on this. Um, there's the title of the album, "Save Rock and Roll," that has Elton John. It's kind of slow, um, but probably the weakest song on the record, if I had to say, is "Rat a Tat," and that's the one that features Courtney Love. I couldn't stand it, and it's not Courtney Love's fault. It's just the way the song is paced. I guess I don't know. It's not for everybody. It's most certainly not for me. Um, And the other two songs, they start off with a bang, and they keep going. I mean, they're more serious now than they were back then. I mean, they were more about fun, entertaining, but now they want to speak from the heart, which is not a bad thing sometimes. I mean, we can use a little bit of seriousness from time to time. Um, I think to sum it up, and I'm not going to go too long here. Um, Let me sum it up like this: Save rock and roll is not going to save rock and roll. I mean, that's just it. There's a couple of songs on here that are not even worth it. But I do appreciate Fall Out Boy of all bands to have to actually have the title on their album, because the rock and roll is still relevant in the conversation of music. It's not all about pop and it's not all about rap. Rock is still here. And even though this album isn't perfect, it 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 it, it definitely will suffice Fall Out Boy fans, maybe a couple of rock fans, maybe it'll gain some punk fans back. Um, and on a side note, before I give my rating, is it just me, or did I care more about Fall Out Boy's comeback than I did Blink 182's comeback? That's that's just me. But as for the album, I'm going to give Save a Rock and Roll a 7 out of 10. I think that's fair to say. Not their best work, but it's still a pretty decent album. At least I think it is. I think you'll have a good time, listening to it. Uh, there's a couple of good songs, and there's a couple of pretty good ballads in there that I like. Like, My Songs Know What You Did in the Dark is a very good ballad. I mean, it kind of took me a couple listens you know, to get over how different it was. And The Phoenix is just a very, very good song. Give it a listen, and I think you'll really like it. Excuse me for my nose. That's it for my review of Save Rock and Roll. It comes out on the 16th, I believe, on the 16th or the 15th. Um, you should definitely check it out. It's a really good album by Fall Out Boy, a band that we needed in a long time. Well, thank you so much for watching. I am JustinSlaght. Take care, and I hope I get better.